Earlier this afternoon, Madonna and her entourage flew out of Nice Airport in a private aeroplane in a 30-minute flight to Torino Airport. Myself and the crew were invited along on the aeroplane, and when we arrived in Torino Airport, this was the chaos that followed us. It would be a complete understatement to say that Italy has gone Madonna mad. In fact, they've gone Madonna crazy. When we arrived outside the stadium, we were besieged by thousands and thousands of fans who camped out all night just to get a glimpse of Madonna and to get the best seat in the house. Meanwhile, inside the stadium, Madonna and her group were busy rehearsing for tonight's show. Undoubtedly, one of the stars of tonight's show is young 13-year-old Chris Finch, who hails from Anaheim, California. We caught up with Chris backstage.
That's terrific. It's one of the greatest things in the world.
Yeah?
It's kind of like a dream. It's like a dream that's come true.
So how did you come to get this sort of part, this incredible part?
I auditioned in LA for the part, and there was about 100 kids who auditioned, and we went in by groups. And then Madonna was there at the audition, and she saw the way I danced, didn't like it, and now I'm on a world tour with her.
This is Ian Molly Meldon for Eyewitness.
Actually, I think Madonna has invented something new, rock burlesque. Another costume had springs instead of tassels. It looks like Madonna is trying to out-trash Bette Midler. However, Madonna chose a demure gown for True Blues. Madonna made several references to the heat. I wanted to remind her that they could have chosen our air-conditioned reunion arena. But in spite of the heat, Madonna kept the show on a high-energy level. She sang her heart out and danced her heels off. Everyone in the show gave 100%. The staging was showy, the sound was good, at least where I was sitting. It was slick, but with enough spontaneity to keep it loose. Madonna's concert was not what most fans expected, and racier than many parents would have chosen for their little kids. But for others, it was an interesting.
And in Japan, the Material Girl on stage before an adoring audience. The talk of Tokyo tonight, Madonna's costume, or lack of it, as she continued her world tour. The Japanese have a yen for Madonna. Tickets sold for $48 at the box office, $2,500 on the black market.
Hello to you, Tokyo. Konbanwa, minateru.
On Saturday, Madonna refused to perform during a rainstorm, apparently because she feared being electrocuted. Her fans rioted. Police used bamboo canes to beat them back. Tonight, arrangements are being made so they get refunds. Madonna refused to reschedule.
The entertainment story of this evening is Madonna. Channel 5's Norman Mark was at Soldier Field earlier today and is here to tell us all about it.
A remarkably peaceful evening at Soldier Field. Madonna has sold 30 million records so far. Tonight she sold 50,000 more people with her talents.
It's a happening. I'd like to see her in my lifetime.
She's the greatest. She's a star and I love her, Madonna!
My girlfriend's supposed to meet me at gate 11 and there isn't a gate 11.
Tell me the truth about Madonna.
I think Madonna's really deeply committed to Sean, even though he has problems.
I love her music. I just love her music.
Well, everything about it is different.
She represents uniqueness and style.
Everybody here they're sky high for this concert.
You were supposed to be at gate 11. What happened?
What can I say?
There's no gate 11. Did you see that? There's no gate 11.
I'm waiting for some girl to come up that's good looking. I'm just going to walk over and say, here's a ticket. Sit by me.
She's from Yugoslavia, from Belgrade, and she comes to see the concert because she's a fan of Madonna, and she's leaving tomorrow.
She's sexy, she's great, she has talent, she can sing.
Yeah, Section G, row 38.
Hey, get a real
I have plans.
She's got a boyfriend. She's married.
And then the moment that the 50,000 lookalikes and hangers-on were waiting for. Madonna on stage in Chicago live. It's really amazing how thin Madonna looks. It was a spectacular concert, and the crowds are still enjoying it. It's still going on.
Madonna is undoubtedly the summer's hottest concert ticket. Her tour opened in Japan, and they were awestruck. Never seen anything like Madonna, at least not in public. Well, she's been wearing the same skimpy outfit for shows here in the States, but I guess we're not so easily shocked. The last time Madonna played live here in the Southland, it was at the end of her debut tour. We wondered if at the time she was erotic fluff or the freshest new talent in music. Well, she's proven herself to be not only a musical artist and a fine songwriter, but also a show business legend. Madonna has made lots of headlines since her 1985 tour. She married bad boy actor Sean Penn, guaranteeing regular coverage by the tabloids. Her acting career has had its up and its down, and now her new movie is Who's That Girl, due out soon. Although she started out with her own lingerie image, she's taken to cultivating herself as Marilyn Monroe. Madonna, though, is more confident of her appeal, a master in the art of selling herself, and tougher than Marilyn. However, she's done such a good job of looking like a bimbo the first time around, she may have a tough time shaking the image. Don't get me wrong, I like Madonna. She's already sold over 30 million records and is a major star of the decade. She's got talent, and she's not just...
See you on the street and you walk on by. If you wanna hang my head down and cry, you gave me half the chance you see. My desire burning inside of me, but you choose to love the other way.
From her platinum hair to her satiny corsets, Madonna is the punk Marilyn from the Lower East Side. Although she bears little resemblance to the original article, she's managed to slip into Monroe's essence to create her illusion while being her exact opposite. At first, feminists cringed at her resurrection of Monroe, seeing in her a return to the Stone Age sensibility of the 50s. Madonna is Monroe for the 80s, Monroe with muscles, Monroe made for the long haul, a Monroe who knows what she wants and how to get it. She may not be a virgin, but she's no victim either. Rest assured, this baby will never go boom.
Her songs appeal almost strictly to teeny boppers. Some of the lyrics tend to anger their parents. But the new Madonna has shed that flashy, trashy image and most of her clothes. And tonight put on one of the most ambitious concerts to hit Chicago this summer.
More Broadway. Broadway meets rock and roll, meets meets the music industry. You know?
Getting to Soldier Field tonight was an ambitious feat, too. A couple of minor fender benders stalled traffic on Lakeshore Drive, but nobody was hurt. Business was hurt, though, for a lot of ticket scalpers because the concert was sold out at the last minute. And some bootleg souvenir vendors failed to sell anything because undercover police confiscated their goods on behalf of the music industry.
The way to tell the bootleg from the legitimate shirt is the bootleg has printing on both sides, whereas the legitimate shirt only has printing on the front side.
Even though Madonna fans are buying her new image and the risque lingerie that's part of it, tonight they're wearing the old Madonna look. Skin-tight pants, and there's lots of exposed skin, all to honor their hero.
Her hair. Her hair. I like her hair.
And tell me why you like Madonna.
Because her clothes.
I like her haircut. It's short, it's nice.
Tell me why you like Madonna.
I don't like her. I'm scalping tickets. Yeah!
Come on, baby.
The concert runs for about another hour. My best advice to you is to stay away from here. If you want to catch Madonna's act, she's in Milwaukee on Sunday. Reporting live from Soldier Field, Diane Burns, Channel.
Last night, Madonna took the stage in Miami's Orange Bowl before almost 70,000 people. That set a record for the most tickets sold by a female artist for one show in Miami's history. Now here's a look back at the kickoff of the Who's That Girl tour.
The Orange Bowl in Miami was the backdrop for Madonna's first concert in the U.S. in 2 years. The production is one of the largest on record, and as the crew readied the props, sets, lights, and sound for the show, one factor was still out of their hands: the rain. Here with me is Eric Barrett. He is the tour manager. What's been the biggest problem so far with getting tonight's gig set up?
You're looking at it, the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday we get hit by 3 storms. So that's delayed us. The crew have been up all night. The crew have been up since Japan. They're all exhausted.
The rain did eventually wipe out level 42 from opening the concert, but spirits were still very high among all involved.
So it's going to be a terrific tour, whatever happens. I'll tell you, you look around here, you see all the fans that are still staying out there in the rain. It shows you what a big star Madonna is. So, I mean, you know, we're not downhearted. We wanted to play, but we can't. We'll play next time.
But it's going to be a great concert, so it's worth sitting through the rain and anything else.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime kind of deal, and I'm like, got my binoculars out, and I'm ready to see her.
Who cares about rain? So it's it's going to be the best concert, right?
Totally the best.
Yeah, it's going to be the best. Look at me, but who cares? It's Madonna!
Finally, after all the rain and all the preparation, Madonna hit the stage. The performance was dazzling, with Madonna shining through it all and proving this tour will definitely be one to see this summer.
The Silver Dome. Madonna's been everywhere this week. She was on the Today Show where she called her hometown, Bay City, a smelly little town. And then she attended the premiere of her new movie, Who's That Girl? And now that the term smelly has been brought up, that's how some critics are describing this movie.
You and I are stuck together like glue, like Mutt and Jeff, Amos and Andy, Frick and Frack, Spick and Span, Yin and Yang, Arm and Hammer, Pork and Beans.
The one thing Madonna does best, though, is sing. And tonight at the Silver Dome, the Madonna wannabes were standing in line as early as 5 o'clock. And if you think that's early, check this. Nearly 100 people have been working since Monday just to get the stage ready. It's huge, 230 feet wide. It took 23 trucks to cart in all the cable and sound equipment, and scaffolding 6 stories high towered the stage. And when it's all put together, here's what it looked and sounded like. Nice outfit, huh?
And Madonna Madness sweeps into Chicago as the Queen of Rock lights up the lakefront with her musical magic.
Various stories out of the way tonight. We can tell you about 50,000 screaming people jammed into Soldier Field right now for what has to be the hottest concert of the summer. They are all there to see Madonna, the reigning Queen of Rock. Susan Wallace reports the Queen is not disappointing her subjects.
Madonna, no slave to fashion she, but with that too hot to touch couture, she managed to inspire thousands and thousands of young girls, nicknamed the Madonna wannabes.
I see her wearing a lot of lace stuff, so I like to.
You like to look like her?
Yeah.
I'm definitely not what you see on the streets of Gary, Indiana.
Some boys kiss me, some boys hug me, I think they're okay.
But after 2 smash hit albums, the bad girl suddenly got good. Madonna trimmed her tresses, put her undergarments back under. The material girl suddenly needed much less material.
She kind of changed her style a little bit. She's not really as vintage as she used to be. You know, I used to like the vintage a lot.
And just when those little girls bought all that garb. We don't risk our FCC license by showing that. It was a tremendous show. She's still on stage. She's been there for about an hour. It's been, by Madonna standards, it's been a good show. I happened to see the one in Miami also. This one was better. She's more in tune. Anyway, if you don't like Madonna, you wouldn't have liked it, but it was a great show. Back to you, gentlemen.
Well, of course, we like Madonna.
Madonna performed for thousands of fans at a concert at the Silverdome. News 4's Sylvia Glover reports for the Night Beat on Madonna's one-night stand at the Dome.
Pontiac welcomed their homecoming queen tonight, and by the smile on Madonna's face, she appreciated it. The glitzy chameleon pop star brought out crowds numbering over 40,000. They came to get a glimpse of her look and her sound.
She's got style, she's got class.
Do you have a lot of her music?
Yeah.
What about her movies? Have you seen her movie?
No, not yet. I'm going to see that probably tomorrow.
If you were to meet Madonna, what would you like to know about her?
Well, I grew up in Rochester, same town as she did, and she worked at McDonald's, so I'd like to know what it was like.
Her fans come in all ages. Do you want to look like her? Yeah. With the bow, you look like the way she used to look. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Included in the audience was husband Sean Penn, who moved unnoticed through the crowds in jeans and T-shirt. She may ride in limos today, but she hasn't forgotten the days when she rode her bike where the Pontiac Silverdome stands today. And telling that story to the crowd made them warm up to her even more.
In fact, I'm standing on the very plot of ground that I used to ride my bike in.
Madonna is best in motion. The newly muscular, scantily clad singer-dancer gives energy in a well-choreographed performance. Strobe lights, dancers, and images projected on screens all helped to enhance the music. Sylvia Glover, News 4 Night Beat.
Madonna is in Miami. She's getting ready for the opening of the Who's That Girl American Tour on Saturday. She's fresh off the Japanese leg of the tour, which found Far East Madonna mania at an all-time high.
She was everywhere you looked, magazines, billboards, and plenty of shirts, as Madonna Mania hit Japan full force. While her Japanese crew got the stadium ready, Madonna herself accepted the Japanese Record Industry Awards for Best Album and Artist of the Year.
It's a great honor to receive the award that you've presented me with.
And I'd just like to say that Japan has showed a lot of interest in my musical career from the very beginning, and that means a lot to me. And thank you very much.
She also commented on why she chose to start her tour in Japan.
I came to Japan 2 years ago, and I was completely fascinated by it because it's so the opposite of America. And I just thought everyone was really gracious and kind to me.
Kind may not be the word for Japan's reaction to her. Fanatical is more like it. And the English language posed no problem for Far East wannabes who want to sing just like Madonna.
Open your heart to me, baby. Open your heart to me, baby.
Papa, don't preach. Papa, don't preach.
Like a buzzing. Hey!
Although her first Tokyo concert was canceled because of rain, the second night went off perfectly. The tour is a lavish production with dancers, a video screen, a tight band, and the aerobicized superstar putting to rest the question, who's that girl?
Once again, Madonna's U.S. tour kicks off Saturday night, and we are going to be on the scene. We have live reports coming to you from Miami beginning at about 6 p.m. Eastern, and live via satellite, we're going to give you a tune from the stage in the Orange Bowl.
Well, only a handful of rock singers ever achieve superstardom, but Madonna is clearly on her way. Top 5 records, movies, and now at Madison Square Garden, a benefit concert for AIDS, part of her nationwide Who's That Girl tour. And who's that reporter? It's Steve Powers. Steve?
You're absolutely right. While the cause here is serious, AIDS, I'll tell you, inside it is actually thunder and lightning. Madonna doing a show electrifying the crowd of fans. Some of the fans include Don Johnson, Calvin Klein, Donald Trump, people like that. In the middle of the concert, though, Madonna took the stage and then took a moment out for the cause.
With your presence tonight, the money that we've raised for research grants will help us to find a cure, and I hope to God it does. And thank you once again for being here. Are you ready to party? You must be my lucky star, so just shine on me wherever you are. I just think of you and the stars to go, and I need you.
Hate to do that to you, but that was just a little taste. But Madonna was in excellent form. She has a chorus behind her, a band, tremendous, tremendous production. And they believe that she's raised a tremendous amount of money for AIDS. The tickets sold for between $25 and $100, and they estimate $250,000 was raised tonight for AMFAR. That's the American Federation for AIDS Research. So everything was in a good cause and came out just fine. Steve Powers, Fox News, Channel 5.
About that. When he wants to talk to the public about it, he can do that, but I don't want to.
Madonna collaborated with husband Sean Penn in Shanghai Surprise, a picture they made together which did disastrously at the American box office last year. But tomorrow she opens in a new film, which she at any rate thinks is good. Bearing the same name as her Who's That Girl concert tour, Madonna plays a young woman just out of jail, bent on getting revenge.
Hey, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Whoa!
The image Madonna portrays in the film, that of provocative temptress, is one she promotes to the hilt in her concert tour. For a star who's constantly hounded by her fans, she's been asked if she might not be courting danger with that image.
It's meant to be provocative, you know, but it's not only meant to be provocative in a sexual way, also in a thinking in other ways, you know. I don't think about that aspect, you know. I like to provoke people, but I don't think about the danger of it. And if there is a dangerous element, that's exciting to me.
What Madonna clearly loves is attention, and right now her private life, her new film, and her music are bringing her plenty of it.
Well, in the week that we mourn the death of the platinum goddess of the 50s, we can celebrate the rise of the goddess of the 80s, Madonna. That's it from us. Bye for now. We'll be back tomorrow.
Madonna there, and she'll be entertaining some of her fans as from Sunday at Wembley. I believe all the tickets in Wembley have been sold out, so hard lines on that one. Still,
500 screaming fans had to wait to see her, while the customs were going through her luggage.
Some fans had waited more than 8 hours to greet their idol.
I think she's fantastic. She's just the best singer around at the moment. The best singer ever.
She's always changing in her movies. She never looks the same in one of her videos. Like the way she dances.
I like her music, but she's such an extravagant person as well. And she's got such an image.
Tonight's image was Madonna, the megastar. The Mighty Minders are just one sign of the success of 15 consecutive top 5 singles, though one critic has said she sounds like Minnie Mouse on helium, but it's not her music that's made her a millionaire.
I think she's an ambitious woman, and I say that because she's done things very shrewdly. She went to New York to make it from Michigan. She associated with and moved her way through all of the top producers, and thus got a sequence of hit records that to the point where finally she herself could call the shots. We're talking about someone who can sing acceptably. She moves wonderfully. She does dance very, very attractively. And she knows how to dress herself. Well, you put that combination together and you have the musts of popular music.
That combination certainly met the approval of excited fans tonight, and Madonna's sell-out British tour looks set to perpetuate the carefully created megastar image. Anne Lucas, News at 10, Heathrow.
And we may hear more. That's it tonight.
2 years had passed since Madonna's first tour. But in 1987, she returned to the concert stage with her Who's That Girl World Tour, kicking it off in Japan.
I came to Japan 2 years ago, and I was completely fascinated by it because it's so the opposite of America. I just thought everyone was really gracious and kind to me.
That may be an understatement, judging by the fanatical attention she received.
Stop following me in the park.
Despite a rained-out opening show, fans returned the next night eager for music.
Open your heart to me, baby. I hope that I'll get you all that keep.
Papa, don't preach.
Like a buzzing. Hey! Ain't nothing gonna keep us off the stage tonight. I don't care if a typhoon hits us. Open your heart to me, darling. I'll give you love if you serve the king.
Madonna brought more rain with her to Miami, her first stop in the U.S., but her soggy fans didn't seem to mind.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime kind of deal, and I'm like, got my binoculars out, and I'm ready to see her. Who cares about rain? So it's an awesome, do the best concert, right? It ain't gonna rain no more.
Feel free to take off your clothes at any point during the evening. Let's go!
She looks good. She looks better than she has. She lost a lot of weight, too.
Madonna's popular around here. Everybody wants to see her. You know, it's going to sell out.
New Yorkers camped out for a chance to catch the tour, including a special AIDS benefit performance.
You know, AIDS is a powerful and mysterious disease that continues to elude us, but we are more powerful. Are you ready to party? Oh, come on. Shine your heavenly light tonight.
After a hugely successful world tour, Madonna returned to the Ciccone family homeland for her final show. 2 years had passed since Madonna's first tour. But in 1987, she returned to the concert stage with her Who's That Girl World Tour, kicking it off in Japan.
I came to Japan 2 years ago, and I was completely fascinated by it because it's so the opposite of America. I just thought everyone was really gracious and kind to me.
That may be an understatement, judging by the fanatical attention she received.
Stop following me in the park.
Despite a rained-out opening show, fans returned the next night, eager for music.
Open your heart to me, baby. I hope that I'll get you all that keep.
Papa, don't preach.
Like a buzzing. Hey! Ain't nothing gonna keep us off the stage tonight. I don't care if a typhoon hits us. Open your heart to me, darling. I'll give you love if you turn the key.
Madonna brought more rain with her to Miami, her first stop in the U.S., but her soggy fans didn't seem to mind.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime kind of deal, and I'm like, got my binoculars out, and I'm ready to see her. Who cares about rain? So it's an awesome, do the best concert, right? It ain't gonna rain no more. Feel free to take off your clothes at any point during the evening. Let's go.
She looks good. She looks better than she has. She lost a lot of weight, too.
Madonna's popular around here. Everybody wants to see her. You know, it's going to sell out.
New Yorkers camped out for a chance to catch the tour, including a special AIDS benefit performance.
You know, AIDS is a powerful and mysterious disease that continues to elude us, but we are more powerful. Are you ready to party? Oh, come on. Shine your heavenly light tonight.
After a hugely successful world tour, Madonna returned to the Ciccone family homeland for her final show.
We're outside the Anaheim Stadium. Madonna's to go on stage in there in about 2 or 3 minutes' time, and we'll be there to get the first couple of songs. Show it to you in a tick. This gentleman here, my mate, you actually work at the stadium quite a lot, eh?
Well, not really. This is my first time out here.
This is the first time in this area, you mean?
Yes.
But you worked in the stadium?
Yes.
Right. Now, how many does it hold for something like this sold out?
Oh, about 78,000.
78,000.
That's the plan they have for right now. Excuse me.
Yes,
I have to talk to Dylan for a minute.
Okay. We'll go into the stadium, eh? Everyone's so friendly. What do you think of Madonna?
We love her. She's great. We love her. She's hot.
look in my eyes. Look a little sad boy, I wonder why. Follow you around, but you can't see that you're wrapped up in yourself too long. So you choose to look the other way. Well, I've got something to say. Don't try to run, I can keep up with you. Nothing can stop me from trying. You got to open your heart to me, baby. I hold the light and you hold the key. Open your heart to me, darling.
More Madonna live in concert.
We're here. That's everyone on this stage. We're here. And that's all of you out there. You're here. Is it Anaheim? Is it Orange County? Is it Los Angeles? Uh-huh. Is it the center of the universe? That's what I thought. Are you ready to party? I can't hear you. All right.
Where are you from?
Anaheim.
Anaheim. And what's your name?
Tammy.
What's your name?
Gina.
Gina, you're from Anaheim?
Anaheim,
Right.
California. My name's Laura. I'm from La Palma.
And what do you do for a living?
I work at a tanning salon. A tanning salon.
Hello. How far did you come to see the Madonna concert?
I'm from San Diego.
San Diego. How far is that? Because I'm not too good on the
I'd say about 150 miles,
geography.
I think.
Yeah? And did you bring your guitar just for the fun of it, or do you play well, or what?
No, it's a friend of mine. It's like backstage passes when you get them.
Oh, I see.
And they all have like signatures.
And so you get this sent back, and you get various acts to actually autograph it for you.
It's from the guy that has it who sells guitars.
So this
Yes,
will be
forms,
worth,
I guess.
This will be
Yes,
worth
forms,
millions,
yeah. So I
won't
can
it?
stick with.
Gonna dress you up in my love. All over, all over.
You want to do some Madonna type walks? You know, no? Do one more line. I like that. Thank you very much. Have a nice night.
Thank you.
You better listen. I'm head of the guy. I'm looking to the right. But no matter where I go, you're the one for me, baby. This I know.
Somebody asked me, whose dress is that? And I was about to say mine when I realized that was not what they meant by the question. Whose dress is that? Apparently meant designer. Answer was, I don't know. But I'm tempted to ask, whose dress is that?
I have the same reply. I don't know. You could look at the tag in the back. It was designed in the 50s.
Where'd you get it?
I got it in a thrift store on Lancashire in the Valley, right next to the place where my band rehearses. There's all these junk stores.
That's not junk.
I know.
That's a
I couldn't believe it.
great dress.
Thanks.
Why
It cost about $5.
$5. That's disgusting.
I know.
Why 50s?
Why? I just saw it and I loved the color and everything. I thought it was incredible. It was a little big on me. I've had it fitted to me. So.
What kind of reaction does it get from people?
This dress?
Yeah.
They want to know where I got it. They think it's great.
So mine is a very common reaction.
Yeah, but I don't wear it every day, so it's not like something that happens to me over and over again.
This is certainly not the dress you would have worn even a couple of years ago. You were a totally different look then.
Yeah.
Now, is this you have changed, or is this more like a business decision that this is a new look? So what is it?
I think it's a combination of everything. I think when my first records came out, the clothes that I was wearing at the time were clothes that I'd been wearing for the past few years in New York, and it was a combination of things that friends of mine had designed in New York, like Lower East Side designers, and my girlfriend Mary Paul had designed all the jewelry and the crucifixes and stuff, and all my friends were wearing all the bracelets and all the necklaces, and it was very inexpensive also. So, I mean...
From your struggling dancer days.
Yeah. It's clothes I could afford and clothes I could get for free.
I was reading at one point you couldn't decide what to do, and you had more hair, and you tied up
that
pantyhose in your hair.
Yeah, my hair, I cut my hair off, and then my hair was growing out and kept getting in my face, and then one day I just took a pair of tights because I didn't have a headband, tied it around my head, and it looked sort of like a bow, and then I went out to some club, and someone kept staring at my head, and they said, "Do you have a pair of tights in your hair?" Or, you know. I said, "Yeah." There, I guess the tag, the Capizio tag was showing. So, yeah, but everything was kind of rag-bag sort of approach.
So, I can't imagine you in that anymore. Look at the way you're sitting. You are so elegant, and you are just...
Well, it depends. You know, when I'm wearing a pair of ripped-up jeans and T-shirt, I sit differently than this. I can't really move in this dress, so I have to sit this way.
You had to tell me that part. Which also...
Well, these kind of dresses, you know, clothes make you. I mean, they make your body responds differently to what you're wearing.
What does that say about women in the 50s who were wearing dresses that made them look great but feel kind of uncomfortable, and spiked heels and the whole number?
Well, I think it made them kind of feel breathless. And that was what was so sexy about it, you know, because you're kind of constricted, and everything was, you know, your tits were sticking out, and your diaphragm was pressed in, and everything was kind of like that, you know.
And the mystery was, let this woman out of here.
Exactly.
But you are an 80s woman in a 50s dress. So what is this new equation equal?
It equals me. I don't have a name for it.
Did you get tired of seeing yourself running around all over America? Everybody looked like Madonna for a while.
Oh, yeah, definitely. After a while, I started feeling like I was copying myself. So, like, oh, I have to change my clothes. And then I had money, and I could buy nice clothes, so.
Like a $5 dress from the 50s. Yeah.
Well, no, I could ask, you know, I could get nicer clothes, more elegant, so.
Is it like playing dress up a little bit?
Yeah, but it was like playing dress up then, too.
Like, is playing dress up something you like to do?
I like to play different characters, yeah.
Is this because you're an actress, or because you're kind of a little girl liking to play dress up?
It's because I'm a little girl who likes to play dress up, who's also an actress.
You have been you are a major star, we can stipulate that. Big, international. But you have been a star not long enough for anybody really to know much about you.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like everybody knows everything there is to know about me.
Why? You don't do that many interviews.
I do tons. I've done tons of interviews. I feel like, you know, I mean, I haven't done a lot of television, but I've done a lot of press interviews. So
why haven't you?
Life and, you know, people, and I just feel like people have read a lot about me.
You haven't done a lot of television interviews, and thank you very much for doing this television interview. But why haven't you? Why have you you've really avoided it?
I don't know. I guess I don't watch television that much. So, no offense.
No, it's okay.
I just don't, and I never really liked the idea of doing it. Somehow I feel that television makes people, it's not flattering to people. I'd rather go see someone in a movie, you know, widescreen Technicolor, or read about them and see still photographs.
Movies, funny you should mention it. Who's that girl starring Madonna as Nikki Finn? Nikki Finn is not this woman I'm sitting across from. I mean, obviously, she's a character you play in a movie, but why did you want to play this character, Nikki Finn? And who is she about?
Because she's funny, and she's sweet, and she's tough, and she's street smart, and she's vulnerable, and lots of interesting personality traits.
Was there something of her in you in an earlier time in your life?
Maybe not necessarily an earlier time, maybe any time in my life, but I identified with her character to a certain extent.
What aspects of her character did you identify with?
She's resourceful, and she's funny, and I think I'm funny. And she's smart. I mean, there are certain things about her that I can relate to, but obviously I never would have found myself doing 4 years in jail.
No, you've not done any time. She's a thief. How come she had to be a thief?
Well, she's not really a thief. She just...
I mean, she's not really a thief.
What happened is she came to New York City from Philadelphia, and she just hung out with the wrong crowd of people. I mean, her boyfriend happened to be a small-time thief, and she was kind of in on it because of association. She didn't really do anything. She just learned stuff through him.
Seen in a movie where she's lifting cassettes. Maybe
Yeah.
she's stealing Madonna cassettes. I don't know.
She learned that from her boyfriend.
Yes,
it wasn't her fault. She was a victim of circumstance.
Yeah. It's just business then. It's
exactly.
It's not you like this woman.
Yeah, and that's
you
the other
do
thing,
like her.
even
Does
though
it bother you that audiences who will like her might also say, well, she's a thief, isn't it?
No, I don't think that they'll even think about the fact that I'm breaking the law right and left. That's what's so great about her, that she is breaking the law and doing all these crazy things, but somehow you forgive her while she's breaking everything that she gets in the way of, or that gets in her way.
Your co-star, Griffin Dunn, is he your co-star?
Yes.
All right. Not that I forgot his name, I just didn't remember how the titles went. But this is television, so
Certainly
my parts
my
of this,
co-star.
when I get stupid in an interview, it gets cut out, so it's okay.
Okay.
How
about me?
Oh, we only want your good parts too.
Oh, good.
I don't want your bad parts on television either. We have a limited amount of time on my television program, so I don't put the bad parts. It makes me look bad too.
Right.
It's the best you could do, Jane, so not to worry. Griffin Dunn, your co-star, describing working with you on the set between takes, would find himself, as he described it, saying to himself, who is that girl, to quote the title of the movie. So I'm tempted to ask that too.
Well,
not about Nikki Finn, but about Madonna. So for me, for Griffin Dunn,
What, you want to know about who, me or the character?
You. No, Madonna, you.
Oh, well. That would be giving all the mystery away. I'd be glad to explain my character in the movie. But I think Griffin was asking that question because when we first met and we'd have our meetings and stuff, I think I was fairly low-key. And then when we got on the set and I got into character, I mean, my character has non-stop energy, and she's extremely loud and chatty and talkative, and she's just like this human fireball. And I had to maintain that energy all the time, even in between takes. So I think I drove him a little bit insane.
He said that you were a very noisy girl.
Yes. But I'm supposed to drive him insane in the movie, so it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mystery. Yes, mystery is an important component in your career, maybe your life, but certainly your career, and I don't want you to give all the secrets away, but in any good mystery there are clues. What are some of the clues that might describe who Madonna is?
That's a tough question. I'm not a man. That's a clue.
All right. Where did you come from?
I came from Michigan.
Where in Michigan?
Well, I was born in Bay City.
Bay City?
Yeah.
Little town?
Small
town?
Little smelly town in northern Michigan.
Why do you say smelly town?
Because they had, it was like it was like New Jersey. There was a lot of chemical dumps there or something.
Yeah.
So
So do you say Little Smelly Town with some affection or with complete
no,
distaste?
no, I have great affection for Bay City. And then I grew up in Pontiac and other suburbs around Detroit. And then I moved to New York.
Can you figure that out? Why someone who is arguably, and I have seen this in print,
Mm-hmm.
the biggest star in the world today,
Mm-hmm.
came from Bay City, Michigan.
Well,
How is that possible?
James Dean came from some small town in Indiana. I mean, I don't think you got to come from a, big cosmopolitan city to be a
Obviously
big star.
don't. We could probably sit here and come up with a much longer list than
Yeah.
Madonna and James Dean.
Yeah.
And it interests me, too, that James Dean came from a little town in Indiana.
Yeah.
How does that happen? How does great talent...
I think a lot of it has to do with imagination and the great desire and need to get out of that small town kind of feeling and go somewhere and be somebody because you feel like you're missing something.
All those people, those kids grew up, go to
Mhm.
the New York School for the Performing Arts. All of those kids who go to Los Angeles and they're child stars and they're talented.
Right.
They didn't get to be among the biggest entertainers in the world today, but this little girl grew up from Bay City, Michigan, and somehow
Well, they're not as
did
driven
it.
as I am. Probably not as hungry as I was for it,
Do you know why you, of all the other kids in Bay City, Michigan, to my knowledge, hasn't produced anybody else? And presumably there were some hungry other people.
Well,
what made
Pontiac
you even more driven? Do you know?
I think coming from a big family, has something to do with it.
How big?
8 brothers and sisters and, wanting, that sort of competitiveness you have when there's a whole bunch of you and you want your parents' attention and you don't want the hand-me-down clothes, you know what I mean? You want to stand out, you want to be treated special, and then also my mother dying. I think that had a lot to do with me saying, well, after I got over my heartache, saying, well, I'm going to be really strong then. Or if I can't have my mother, I'm going to take care of myself.
How old were you when your mother died?
6.5.
That's plenty old enough to know and remember your mother,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Mm.
What was she like?
She was beautiful and very loving and devoted to her children, very children-oriented.
She died of cancer.
Mm-hmm.
A long illness?
2 years, I think, approximately.
Mm. I wonder about that. If when a trauma happens in a little girl's life
Mhm.
like that, do you think? I'm psychology. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that to a degree, that 6.5-year-old girl stopped, froze in development, and that somewhere in your character there's still that same little girl? There's so much little girl about you, that vulnerability, even a little playfulness. It's not all a tragic
Yeah,
little girl.
but I don't think you have to have I don't think one of your parents needs to die for you to maintain a childlike quality in yourself. I think certain people let it stay and certain people kill it as they grow older.
Okay, if it's not the childlike quality,
Mhm.
that driven, what made you different from
Well,
everybody
like I think,
else?
as I said before, a hunger, a desire to find something to take the place of my mother. I think maybe that might have made me separate or different.
It's like they make rare metalloids or
Mhm.
elements that are forged
Mhm.
in high heat and pressure.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that happened to you. You were born with gifts, beauty,
Yeah. Mhm.
talent.
Mhm.
A lot of people are, maybe not a lot, but people are born with talent
Yeah.
and beauty, but something happened
Mhm.
and something special emerged.
Right.
Do I overanalyze or?
No. No. But usually tragedy makes you stronger. So.
You are?
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
You're strong? You are a strong person? I mean, it certainly is you give off strength. You
Yes.
really do. But one never knows if that is
a cover-up?
A cover-up, yeah.
I think some of it is, you know. I think I have as many vulnerabilities as I have strengths. But the strengths usually overpower the weaknesses, hopefully.
In your household, as you grew up and with lots of brothers and sisters, and a father who was an engineer, college educated, white collar, so if you weren't wealthy, you were middle class, and a father with strong values,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Catholic schools,
Yeah, until my last few years of high school. I went to public
A's
school.
on your report cards.
Yeah, I was a good student.
When did the rebellion, or the little flashes of it, begin?
Well, just because I was doing good in school doesn't mean I was rebelling against my parents. I wanted to do good in school, but wanting to wear dresses above my knees and wear lipstick and go out on dates with boys was considered rebellious in my family.
What were some of the gestures of rebellion that you recall?
Something that I did?
Yeah.
Oh, well, when I would go to school dressed a certain way, or no, I would come down to breakfast dressed very modestly and eat my breakfast, and I would go back upstairs and borrow a girlfriend's miniskirt and put that on and then put my winter coat on over it and go to my bus stop, and my stepmother would think that I was dressed a certain way, and I wasn't. And then I'd go in the bathroom and put tons of makeup on, you know. So that was...
Now,
and then I'd wash it all off before I went home.
another of your reputations, very ill-defined, mind you. They say you're a tough businesswoman. You have a good head for contracts and so forth.
You mean I read them?
I got the impression you write them.
No. I couldn't have that boring job. I mean, I'd never want to be the person that writes up all those things.
But do you trust your business affairs to other people, or do you do it? You got to have hands on.
Well, I have business managers, and I have managers, and I have lawyers, and I have agents, but
Do they bother you with details?
They have to, I insist. I call them up all the time and annoy them.
Why? What are you protecting?
I just want to know what's going on. I make a lot of money. I want to know where everything's going.
Is the money important?
It's not important like, oh God, I have to have a lot of money, but I know lots of people in my position have a lot of money, and somehow it gets lost somewhere and nobody knows where it went. You know? So.
Where, none of your business question, but where is your money? I mean, do you have a big house, big car?
It's in lots of different bank accounts, and I have, you know, several different corporations, and I have a house in Malibu and an apartment in New York, and I do a lot of charity work and help out that way as much as I can.
Philanthropy, you give money away?
Yeah, and I buy art and
well, stop a minute.
Blah, 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 blah.
Well, let's stop there and we'll go backwards. What kind of art do you like?
I like Art Deco, Art Nouveau, like constructivist, Russian constructivist, yeah. I have a lot of Lampikas. She's my favorite painter.
Philanthropy. What are your philanthropies?
What?
Well, I know you did an AIDS benefit.
Mostly, I give money to cancer research and trying to think of other things. Cancer research, AIDS research, aid to Nicaraguans.
Which
God,
side?
you have to ask Melissa. She knows all that.
Which side of the Nicaraguans?
I'm an anti-Contra, so.
Sandinista.
Yep.
Fuck 'em.
That's none of your business.
Fair answer.
I'm certainly not going to get into that discussion.
you're on a tour, and it's no coincidence that, or maybe it is a coincidence, but I don't think it is, that you're on a big tour, well publicized, highly successful, and the movie comes out. How does that work? Or the career, do you manage, do you time, do you... And I'm back in exploring
somehow
Madonna as
somehow
president and chairman of the board.
It just all kind of works out. I mean,
it's not calculated?
Not particularly. I mean, it's like my last tour. It just so happened that after I'd made my Like a Virgin album, I got the part in Desperately Seeking Susan, and then when the movie was coming out, I was ready to do my tour, so it all happened at once. And the same thing happened again. After I made Shanghai Surprise, I came back and finished my True Blue album, released the album, and as soon as that happened, the part for Who's That Girl came. So I did that, and then I wanted to go on tour again, so I worked to go on tour as soon as I was done with the movie, and then it sort of coincided that the movie was coming out, with the tour coming out. But it wasn't calculated.
Which is paramount with Madonna? The movie or the tour?
They're equally important.
You started life as an Alvin Ailey dancer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, you didn't start as an Alvin Ailey. One works up to that because one is good. Why did you give up dancing?
I didn't. I danced my ass off in my show.
But you don't think of yourself first and foremost as a
dancer?
As a dancer. I mean, at
No.
some point you decided...
No, but it certainly has helped me in everything that I've done. So I've never really given it up.
I wouldn't take any of the bricks out of the foundation you've laid by no means.
Yeah,
but
that is like what it is, a foundation that I've built, and I just use it.
Where did you go from dancing? What was the next step?
Singing.
Drumming?
Oh, well, yeah, playing drums in a band, and then learning how to play guitar, and then writing songs, and then singing, and then making videos, and then acting.
Yeah. It's a long list.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm interviewing you. This is a congressional testimony, and I'm laying my case. And the point I want to make is there's I think, a bad rap on you that...
There's probably several.
Yeah. What are the other ones?
Well, you tell me what you're going to say.
And then you'll tell me one?
Maybe.
Okay. That you are basically a one-note Madonna.
Mm-hmm.
Your voice is good, but you are a phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
Fact is, you're kind of a multi-talented, more than a triple threat, aren't you?
To whom?
A triple threat. That means somebody who can sing, somebody who can dance, somebody who can act on Broadway. I mean, that's what you want to find. Someone who can do it all.
Right.
And you can say, yeah, I can do that, and I can also drum.
Uh-huh.
Do you think it's a bad rap? Do you get a bad rap? I mean, never mind, you're crying all the way to the bank.
Yeah,
but
right.
still.
Do I think I get a bad rap?
Yeah.
I think that I'm misunderstood, but I think that's okay. I don't expect everyone to get everything that I'm about.
It's part of the mystery.
Exactly. And that way people keep discovering things and you know.
You're not wounded, then, by such criticism as that.
No.
What did Mick Jagger said something awful, dumb. I mean, his implication was Madonna is dumb. Maybe it was Madonna's lyrics were dumb, not Madonna.
Mm-hmm. No, I remember reading it somewhere, too.
Yeah, what'd you think of that?
I thought some thoughts I wouldn't say on television.
Yeah. Have you since forgiven him? Or?
Oh, of course I have. I met him after he said it.
What'd you say to him?
Nothing. I mean, talked about other things. I didn't.
You think he changed his mind?
Did I change his mind?
Yeah.
I don't really feel he felt that way when he said it. I think he was feeling my threat. So he said it.
All right. I said one, you say one. What are some of the other bad raps?
Wait, I think you sort of covered them all, though. I mean, my bad rap is that I'm not really that talented, that I just have a penchant for, you know, having a good publicity kind of thing around me. Well, obviously that's not true. So, I think an image and like a good hook gets you in the door, but something has to keep you in the room. and other bad raps. I think that's the main thing, you know. Yeah, I'm a gold digger or an opportunist, whatever.
Oh yeah, I forgot that.
Yeah.
Was that Rolling Stone?
Yeah, I think so.
What's that story, the opportunist? What case did they make?
Oh, that I stepped all over people on my way to the top, kind of a thing.
You did make a remark once that you got to keep moving.
Yeah.
And you can't take everybody.
You can't take everybody with you. Exactly.
Yeah. Is that opportunist, or is that what everybody
That's
does?
what, you know, it's whatever you want to call it, you know. I think that, to me, the definition of being an opportunist is someone who seizes the moment and gets the most out of what they can. And, you know, certainly never having the intention of hurting anyone.
What about the little people? Are there little people that you've forgotten along the way?
I'm sure there are. But there's too many people in the world for me to be remembering them all the time. And the people that I do remember are the people who are worth remembering.
You say that with a steely, cool glint in your eye, and I don't think you're that cold.
I'm not cold, but it's true. I mean, you've met a lot of people on the way to where you are, right? But do you call them all and send them all postcards and Christmas presents and stuff?
People have implied that you should.
Well, I mean, isn't that what you're implying? That I'm cold because I say that I can't remember everyone? I mean, the people who really mean something to me and who are going to enhance and enrich my life as I grow are the people who are still around me. And the other people are people that I've gotten what I could possibly get from them, and I appreciate that. Or they're people who I could never have gotten anything out of, really, or, you know what I mean? That's just the way life is.
A couple years ago, how are we doing?
No, fine.
I'm sorry. A couple of years ago, you were on the, never mind Rolling Stone, the cover of Time magazine. Is your success ever scary? I mean, is the air thinner up there in the stratosphere?
Yes, it is. Because I know that lots of people are paying attention to me and watching my every move, and I think I feel it more than ever now because I'm doing stadium shows, and I get up on stage and I see 65,000 people all standing there, and all of a sudden I feel like, you know, I have a big responsibility.
It's not stage fright you're talking about.
No. It's like, it's just seeing that many, knowing that you sold a certain amount of records or so many people have bought in this magazine is much different than seeing them all in one room. And feeling their presence and knowing that they want something, they're there to get something from you.
And there are times when you don't quite feel equal to that pressure?
Not that I can't do it, but just, wow, you know, I have a big responsibility. Look what I've done. You know?
Do you like people to look at you?
Most of the time. Yeah. But, you know, you always have your ugly days. Or you have a big zit, you know, on your face, and you're like,
Not Madonna.
don't want people. Oh, yes. Ask my makeup artist.
It's not in your contract, is it?
To have zits. I wish. Well, you just have a, you know, bad day. You know, you don't feel great. So if people are looking at you when you walk down the street, you don't want them to.
But they do anyway.
Exactly.
That's part of the package.
Right.
Irony. The man in your life can't stand it.
Right. It's not that he can't stand being looked at. He just likes privacy. He's a very private person.
There's a columnist who wrote what in effect was a public lecture to your husband.
Right.
And people like him who think they can play the star game by their rules.
Right.
The case she made, do you remember what I'm talking about? The case she made was that if you want to be a star, you owe it to your fans. You owe it to the paparazzi, whatever, to the people who make stars happen and so forth. If you don't want to play by that rule, then go sell insurance or something.
Mhm.
Do you believe that?
I'm not sure. It depends on who. I believe the person. I'm not sure who you're saying said this. It depends.
Well, it's Liz Smith, and I may be paraphrasing unfairly. Is why I didn't
I think
intentionally
that
say
there are certain things you have to accept in this business that, you know, you become a larger than life figure and people want to know about you, and you have to expect a certain amount of an invasion. People walking up to you in the streets, doing interviews, people wanting to know you, touch you. That you just have to expect a certain amount of it. But then, you know, you have to draw the line.
Where do you draw the line?
I draw the line when I get to my house, and I go up my driveway. That's where the line is. You know, wherever I live, you know, that should be sacred, and my own private life, and you know, my romantic life. That's where I draw the line.
Do your fans know that?
What?
Do they understand that there's a line at all?
I don't think that it occurs to them to understand. I mean, if you really, really like someone or idolize someone, or you do anything to find out about them, I mean, it depends. Certain people go to a lot of extremes. I know people hang out at the bottom of our driveway a lot and constantly ring our doorbell, and they want to see us. They think that we're going to invite them up for a cup of tea or something, you know. And then there are other people who are fans of mine who just write me letters and want my autograph, you know. So there's different kinds of fans.
Is it ever frightening?
Yeah, sometimes when they're relentless and they never leave you alone.
You are so exposed. I mean, look at the picture on your True Blue album, provocative. You
Jugular
know,
vein.
The seductress in your videos. I mean, you do the product, and I mean, it is a product. That's the Madonna that we see on the air is so inviting. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's for you, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'm not really afraid of that. It's meant to be provocative, you know, but it's not only meant to be provocative in a sexual way, also in a thinking in other ways, you know. I don't think about that aspect, you know. I like to provoke people, but I don't think about the danger of it. And if there is a dangerous element, that's exciting to me.
I have no intention of crossing the line you don't want to cross about your romantic life. But it is interesting that Sean Penn found Madonna, the world's most public woman, and fell in love with her. And
well, opposites attract.
Yeah. Do you ever try to help him accommodate some of the exigencies, if you will, of the movie business? Or is that his decision, period, end of discussion?
Yes, that is. I mean, I specifically don't want to discuss Sean and how he handles himself. He's a grown man, and he makes his own decisions about that. And when he wants to talk to the public about it, he can do that, but I don't want to.
You're very careful about his life, and yet you are available. I see the difference.
Well,
and I respect it.
I'm me. I can't speak for him. It's not fair.
So where are you going next?
Well, after I do my show in Chicago, I have a show in Madison, and Madison, Wisconsin, and then Ohio, and then Detroit, then New York,
then
Europe.
In Europe?
Mm-hmm.
And then, when I ask about the future, how far away is the future? Is that next winter
tomorrow.
or tomorrow is the future?
Mm-hmm.
You don't think beyond that?
Well, I've been thinking beyond that for several years, and I'm relishing the idea of not really doing anything for a month after my tour. Everybody who knows me right now is going, oh, sure, she's going to take a month off. But
Why? Why are they so dubious?
because I'm a workaholic. I mean, I love to work. I just do one thing after the next.
Well, you're lucky, and I hope you stay that way.
Yeah.
For a career's worth.
Mm-hmm.
But in your line of work,
it's good to take
you
time
can
off.
only want to work if someone gives you something to do.
No,
if
not
there's a
necessarily.
concert and you can sell tickets, if there's a screenplay and they want you for the
Yeah,
for
but
the
you can
part.
create things too. You can develop movies, and you can work on things like that. Or
You're not someone who does a picture, sits back, and is sure the phone will never ring again.
No. Absolutely not.
You don't know that most people in the
Well, I
business
do other
probably
things.
do
I-
have that insecurity.
Maybe they do, but I write songs. I make records. I have. I know this sounds stupid, but I have a multifaceted career. So I don't just sit around and waiting for someone to send me a screenplay. I am developing screenplays for myself as an actress, and I hope to produce movies in the future. And I'm going to continue to write music and make records. So there's tons of stuff to do, and I have to learn how to tap dance. So.
Why do you have to learn?
Because it's something I don't know how to do, and I want to learn.
You didn't learn that back in Pontiac?
No, can you believe it?
No, I can't.
So, that's up on my agenda.
Do you have time?
Oh, well, I'll make time.
Where? I mean, 24 hours is standard.
Well, when I'm done with my tour and I have time off, I'll go to, Sally Moses tap dancing school. I don't know. Yeah. And I want to learn how to surf, too.
You don't already?
Mm-mm.
Right? So near Lake Michigan and you never
No,
learned?
they don't have big waves in Lake Michigan. But Sean's a really good surfer, and we live in Malibu, and I'm terrified of it, so I want to learn how to do it because I like to do things I'm terrified of.
What do you do on your time off?
I read and I go to movies, and I eat.
What?
Everything.
Not everything.
Well, I'm a vegetarian.
Right.
But I ate a whole bag of cinnamon gumdrops last night.
One after another?
Uh-huh.
Would you qualify that as a binge?
Definitely.
Why?
Because I ate the whole bag.
No, I know it's a binge, but why did you do it?
Because I have a sweet tooth.
Yeah.
And after I do a show, I'm ravenously hungry. I should have eaten something healthy, but I didn't.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I've
Run the gamut?
I've come up against a wall.
Oh.
And I've met the Madonna that Madonna wants me to see, right?
Sure.
And the rest I can only speculate about.
Exactly.
See, now what you've done is you have perfected the I will play by the rules and I will give the interviews and I will be available.
Mm-hmm.
And when they leave, they won't know a whole lot more about me than they did when they came.
Are
So
you sure?
you have found a way to protect yourself, haven't you?
I wouldn't call it protection. It's just letting a little bit out at a time.
You having fun?
Yeah.
You're happy?
Mm-hmm.
This is a happy time in your life?
Yes.
Is it all you dreamed it would be when you were a little girl?
No. How could I dream all of this?
It's better.
It's just bigger than anything I could ever imagine.
If I knew how it really was, would I want to trade places with you?
Uh-uh.
Why not?
Oh, 'cause it's hard work. 'Cause it is. And you have to want to, I don't know, I guess you have to really have a very large, ego and good tolerance for pain, and you have to be addicted to work and keep going and going and going. And
The pain, physical pain, dancers, what
everything.
pain?
Pain. All pain.
Pain. Where's the pain come in?
Oh, when you're tired and you're sick and you can't go on stage and you have to. When you work really hard on something and it doesn't come out the way you wanted it to come out, and you put your blood and guts into it for months and months.
Shanghai Surprise.
Right. That's pain, but you learn from it. So it's worth it.
But people, and I mean your fans, every night she gets to sing the song. She already knows the words. So what can
I forget the words sometimes.
What work can that be? She looks terrific, and what fun to put on great clothes.
Yeah, but I work my ass off
someone
every
to-
day to look terrific. Believe me.
What do you do other than eat the cinnamon rolls at night and pay the next day?
Well, I don't eat them all the time, first of all, and I have a fairly strict diet. I mean, and that I don't eat any animal products. I don't eat any meat or fish or chicken or dairy products, but I eat everything else.
But this is you consider this is a professional sacrifice? That
No, I've been a vegetarian since I was 15, but I eliminated the dairy products when I started training before my show because I have more energy.
And the jogging, everybody.
And less mucus when I'm singing and stuff. So, and I have a trainer who kicks my ass every day. So.
And that's very hard work.
It is.
Well, I appreciate your taking time with us.
Okay.
Take care of yourself.
Okay.
Best to your husband.
Thank you. The end.
Everybody, I'm at the St. Paul Civic Center where behind me all kinds of folks are going inside, waving at the camera as they do, for the Madonna concert. It's the world tour of Who's That Girl, as if anybody didn't know who Madonna was. Well, you know, she was here in the Twin Cities a couple of years ago with a different tour and a totally different look. It'll be interesting to see tonight, and that's what we are going to do, as well as see the concert, of course, how times have changed for Madonna and for the people who come to see her. You see, the last time Madonna was here, the crowd was full of Madonna wannabes. That's young girls dressed up to look like her, but these fans look, well, pretty normal. Now, here's one we saw in the old Madonna look with fingerless glove, lace, and lots of crosses and other jewelry. But nowadays, Madonna's Who's That Girl look is totally different. And although there weren't a lot, we searched and finally found a few in attendance who had adopted Madonna's new and apparently more simple image.
Yes, it's less jewelry, and for me, it's easier for me because I have my short hair and all, and now she has short hair, so it's easier.
And your basic black.
Yeah.
Is this the Madonna look?
Yeah. Yes.
Aren't you sure? And so, with a few exceptions, there weren't many dressing up like Madonna for the concert. That was surprise number one. Surprise number two was that there was a lot of, well, adults going in, and many of them weren't there as chaperones for their kids either. Oh no, they'd come to see Madonna for themselves. Well, with the show about to begin, I asked 4 of these more mature concert goers to gather together. I want to hear what it's going to be like when Madonna comes on stage for the first time. 3, 2, 1, here comes Madonna! You know, some things you never lose, you know? That's right. Unbelievable. And a short time later, the screams were for real as Madonna took to the stage inside the Civic Center. With this stop in Minnesota, Madonna is about halfway through her world tour that began in Japan and will end this fall in Europe. Now it's called, once again, Who's That Girl?, which is also the title of her next film, due out in a few days. So yes, there's a great deal going on in Madonna's life right about now, including physical fitness. You see, in addition to this high-energy performance and all the dancing, Madonna also works out every day. She worked out before this show. Maybe that's why she has all this energy, and of course, it's definitely why she's so much thinner than when she was last here. Yes, she looked and sounded terrific, and her fans agreed completely.
Thank you, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota.
Now you can hear the concert going on behind me. Got a quick look backstage. We seldom get to do this because of the 7 costume changes Madonna makes. Here are the wardrobes right behind the stage. There's one big trunk right there. Come on down and you can see trunk after trunk of all types of costumes that Madonna will wear in the course of this concert. And a few people backstage too. Let's get back on stage. Oh, there's more. There's more. There's more. They just keep going and going and going. Let's get back on stage and catch up with Madonna in her newest costume.